Well, Gators, it was the bye week. We were really hoping to be able to, get through the week unscathed. We didn't have to worry about a loss, but unfortunately, we had a decommitment, which just feels like another nail in the Gators' coffin. Let's talk about it. This video is presented by BetUS. We appreciate their support. Okay, guys. Demetrius Samuel Jr., 4-star safety out of South Florida, decommitted, actually flipped to Syracuse. This is a kid who was initially committed to Syracuse. Then he committed to UF in July and has decided he was right the first time around and will head back to Syracuse. This is a legacy kid. He's Marcus May's cousin, grew up a Gator. This kind of hurts. 4-star safety from your state. We have talked on this channel for the past year and a half about the importance of keeping kids in the state of Florida. You've got to win your state. You've got to win your state against your rivals, but you truly, surely have to win your state against Syracuse, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Syracuse. Fran Brown is the head coach there. I would say he is out recruiting the logo, so to speak. I think he's doing a lot better than Syracuse is used to doing recruiting-wise. He's the former DB's coach from Georgia, so he absolutely knows what the pitch is to go into the state of Florida or, any school in the South and pluck talent out. But to be able to sell the vision of what you're doing at Syracuse better than, Florida can sell the vision of what they're doing at the University of Florida is not great. So does it matter? I mean, probably not, right? Let's talk about that. Before we do, though, I want to give some love to BetUS. I'm not sure if you guys have been following betting at all or if you have looked at this UCF line, but it's going crazy. The Gators opened as a 3-point favorite, and it keeps moving, and now we're a 3-point dog. If you want to get in on that action, go to BetUS and use our code. It's YouTube150 for 150% deposit bonus on your first deposit. Then you'll get 125% bonus on your next two. All of that up to $2,000. Thanks to BetUS for their support. Y'all go check them out. Okay, so how much does it matter that we are losing recruits at this moment? I mean, it's not great optically, right? Demetrius Samuel Jr. is a legacy. That's never something that we want to see happen. And also, it's Syracuse. I cannot remember the last time we've lost a recruiting battle to Syracuse. I think that this is kind of damning for this staff, right? I understand that the results on the field aren't helping. The Gators are not a great football team at the moment, sitting at 2-2. But the one thing this staff was supposed to be good at was recruiting. Replaced Raymond with Will Harris, and now the number one DB in the country is committed to LSU, right? And Raymond. And now we're losing guys to Syracuse. It's not great optically. I don't think it necessarily matters in the big picture if we lose this one guy from the DB room, but it's more like kind of a microcosm of what's going on at UF and potentially a symptom of a much larger problem. And I think there isn't stability in this football program. These recruits see the writing on the wall. They don't think that this staff is going to be around. And they don't think that there's a whole lot of hope for this season. And I think that this decommitment kind of shows that. And, I'm kind of surprised it's the first one that's gone so far. And obviously it won't surprise me if more recruits go. And you can't blame them, right? Recruits want to go to a place that they believe the coaching staff that they committed to is going to be at. And I can promise you the negative recruiting that is going on at this exact moment is coaches saying, oh yeah, Billy Napier loves you. Too bad Billy Napier is not going to be your coach when you get there. Oh yeah, you like his demeanor. You like the way he runs things. It's not going to be the way it's run by the time you get on campus. And whether or not that's true or not almost doesn't even matter. Because when they're getting fed that from opposing coaches, and then they're watching the product on the field and they're seeing the fan backlash on social media, the players are going to start to believe that. And they're going to start protecting their own best interest in jumping ship, unless it's a guy that's committing to the logo and not the coach, which, by the way, anytime I've ever talked to a recruit in the last 20 years, that has always been my advice, is that you commit to a logo, not to a coach, unless you're a quarterback. But I can understand this is a business decision, right? Now that NIL is involved in this, you have no guarantees from the next staff, both monetarily and whether or not you fit into the kind of system that they are going to choose to run. And again, the writing is kind of on the wall that it is going to be surprising if Billy Napier and company are UF's coaching staff next year. Now, is it a done deal? No. But Florida's going to have to win a lot of ball games between now and the end of the season, probably at least 4 of them, for them to still be the coaching staff. And it becomes hard to look for where those wins are going to come from. And recruits aren't dumb. They go to a lot of games. They see a lot of stuff. They hear a lot of things. And, it would be hard to commit to Coach Napier right now, or even honor that commitment, because there is just such uncertainty. Hopefully a lot of these guys stick around, and whether it's this coaching staff or the next, hopefully we'll be able to pull this class together. But obviously it's going to be without Samuels. All right, guys, it is UCF week. I am very excited. We take on the Golden Knights at 7:45 on Saturday night in the Swamp. This is an absolute must-win for Billy Napier. If this coaching staff is going to find some wins, it's got to start Saturday. We're going to have a lot of content coming at you this week. I'm excited to kind of dive into it, check out this opponent. I definitely want to thank BetUS for sponsoring. They are a great partner. We're excited to have them on board. Keep tuning in all week. Got lots of good content. As always, go Gators.